There is no circumstance in your life too heavy for God to lift, no storm too fierce for Him to calm, no burden too great for Him to turn into a blessing. What you see as struggle today is merely the preparation for something greater, something beyond your present understanding. Your tough situation is not a punishment, but an invitation to trust, to surrender, and to know that all things are being worked together for your good. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the very thing you desire most. See it clearly in your mind's eye. Feel the joy of it as if it were already yours. Do not allow the weight of the current moment to convince you that you are alone, for you are never alone. The same God who placed the stars in the sky has already prepared a path for you, a way through the trial that will not only bring relief but abundance. Faith is not waiting for the evidence to appear before you believe. Faith is believing before you see. Whatever hardship you face, whatever mountain seems too high to climb, begin to see it as the very instrument that is carving you into the person who will receive the blessing. There is no wasted suffering in God's plan, only transformation, only renewal. Your mind is the birthplace of miracles. What you dwell upon, what you assume to be true, is what will shape your reality. If you assume that you are abandoned, that this suffering will never end, then that is the world you will walk in. But if you assume that this very challenge is working in your favor, if you dare to trust that God is orchestrating a divine outcome, you will see your hardship turn into a doorway of unimaginable blessings. When Joseph was thrown into the pit, when he was sold into slavery, when he was imprisoned unjustly, the world would have called him a man who had lost everything. But God saw something greater. He saw a ruler, a man being shaped by his struggles, a man whose hardships would lead him to a throne. What looked like suffering was, in truth, the divine hand of favor, guiding him towards something beyond human comprehension. You may feel trapped in a moment of uncertainty, but within you is the power to choose how you see it. Speak as though the victory has already arrived. Declare that your circumstances are shifting, that blessings are on their way, that everything is working together for your highest good. And as you continue in this faith, your world will begin to rearrange itself in alignment with that truth. There is nothing lost that cannot be restored 100-fold. The job you lost, the relationship that ended, the opportunity that slipped through your fingers, none of it is gone forever. When you trust in divine timing, you will see that what seemed like loss was only redirection, moving you towards something far greater than you imagined. Hold this truth in your heart. Your struggle is not permanent. It is the cocoon before the butterfly, the seed beneath the soil, the night before the sunrise. Every tear you have shed, every moment of doubt, every hardship, God is using it all to shape you, to mold you, to bless you beyond measure. Stand firm in faith, knowing that your toughest situation is the very ground upon which your greatest blessings will grow. There is a power within you far greater than the world around you, a power that does not bow to circumstances, that is not limited by what the eyes can see or the ears can hear. This power is the voice of God within, the divine presence that speaks through faith, through vision, through the deep knowing that no matter how dark the night, the dawn is certain to come. The situation you are facing now, the weight upon your shoulders, the uncertainty in your heart, these are not signs of your defeat. They are the shaping forces of something extraordinary, something beyond your imagination. What looks like delay is divine timing. What looks like suffering is transformation. What appears to be an ending is merely the beginning of a far greater story. The world will tell you to judge by what you see. It will whisper doubts. It will magnify fear. It will convince you that nothing is changing. But if you truly understood the nature of God, you would not be moved by what the world presents before you. You would know that beyond every obstacle is a door, behind every trial is a lesson, and within every trial is a lesson waiting to be revealed. Look beyond appearances. See with the eyes of faith. When the waves crash against you, do not be afraid. For even the ocean is under divine command, and just as he parted the sea for Moses, he will part a way for you. Your mind is the soil in which the seeds of your future are planted. If you dwell on lack, on fear, on what is missing, you will continue to walk in the shadow of struggle. But if you dwell on the promise, if you see yourself already victorious, already restored, already walking in abundance, then nothing in this world can keep your blessing from you. Faith is not about begging for change. It is about knowing that the change has already taken place in the unseen. It is about assuming the feeling of your answered prayer, carrying yourself as if your breakthrough has already arrived. When the walls of Jericho stood tall, the Israelites did not focus on their height or strength. They did not let their eyes deceive them. Instead, they obeyed, they believed, and they moved forward in faith. And on the appointed day, those walls did not simply weaken, they collapsed entirely. This is the power of unwavering faith. What looks immovable will move. What you have been praying for, hoping for, believing for, is already on its way to you. Do not curse the difficult season you are in, for it is preparing you for a blessing that your former self could not yet carry. If a tree is not pruned, it will not bear fruit. If gold is not refined, it will not shine. And if you are not tested, you will not step into the fullness of your destiny. You are not being abandoned, you are being prepared. Every delay, every rejection, every closed door, it is all part of the divine orchestration of your future. God is not taking anything from you. He is making room for something better. Think of the farmer who plants his seeds. He does not see the harvest immediately. He does not dig up the soil each day in doubt, wondering if anything is happening beneath the surface. No, he trusts the process. He knows that though he cannot see it, the seed is growing, the roots are taking hold, and in due time he will reap a harvest. The same is true for your life. What is unseen is not non-existent. Just because you do not see your breakthrough does not mean it is not unfolding. Trust the process. Trust that even in the silence, even in the stillness, God is working all things together for your good. Joseph was sold into slavery, falsely accused, imprisoned. From the outside, it looked like setback after setback, but in reality, it was the divine setup. Every hardship was positioning him, molding him, preparing him for the place where he was destined to be. Had he not been thrown into the pit, he would not have reached the palace. What others meant for harm, God used for good. This is the truth of every trial. What seems like a loss is only redirection. What feels like suffering is the very thing making you stronger. If you could see what God sees, you would not worry. You would not doubt. You would know that everything is happening exactly as it should. There is no force in this world that can stop what God has ordained for you. No person, no setback, no mistake can take away what is divinely yours. The only thing that can keep you from your blessing is your own disbelief. If you speak against your breakthrough, if you align your words with fear, if you see yourself as a victim rather than victorious, you will remain where you are. But the moment you shift your perspective, the moment you declare that this trial is working in your favor, the moment you see yourself already walking in victory, the unseen forces of heaven move on your behalf. Do not pray from a place of desperation. Pray from a place of assurance. Speak as though it is already done. Thank God not just for what He has done, but for what He is about to do. Let your words be a reflection of your faith, not your fear, for what you declare will manifest. If you say, I am defeated, defeat will follow. But if you say, I am rising, I am blessed, I am favored, then blessings will seek you out, favor will surround you, and doors will open in places you never imagined. It is not your job to figure out how it will happen. It is not your responsibility to control the process. Your only job is to believe, to stand firm, to trust that what God has promised He will fulfill. The moment you let go of control, the moment you surrender your need to see immediate results, that is when the breakthrough will come. Not because you forced it, but because you aligned yourself with divine timing. You may not understand why you are facing this season, but one day you will look back and see how every moment was necessary. You will see how the closed doors protected you, how the disappointments redirected you, how the waiting strengthened you. And when the blessing finally arrives, you will realize that not a single moment was wasted. Stand firm. Speak life over your situation. Know that this tough moment is not the end of your story. It is merely the prologue to a testimony so great that you will look back in awe at how God turned it all around. You are walking towards something extraordinary. Do not give up. Do not lose faith. The blessing is already on its way. Every trial you face is shaping you in ways you cannot yet comprehend. It is stretching you, refining you, strengthening you for the very thing you have been praying for. If everything came easily, if there were no struggles, no setbacks, no challenges, you would not develop the wisdom or resilience to handle the blessings that are meant for you. Look at your life and recognize that nothing is happening by accident. Every delay, every obstacle, every moment of uncertainty, it is all part of the divine process. Nothing is wasted in God's plan. Even the moments that seem unfair, even the losses that seem unbearable, are serving a higher purpose. You may feel as though your prayers have gone unanswered, as though you have been waiting for far too long. But what if the delay is actually protection? What if the thing you desire most is being prepared for you just as you are being prepared for it? What if the very situation you are right now is the training ground for the person you are meant to become? Do not despise the process. Do not rush ahead of divine timing. Trust that the God who placed the vision in your heart will bring it to fulfillment in a way that is far greater than you imagine. When the Israelites were led out of Egypt, they thought their struggle was over. But then they found themselves at the Red Sea, with the enemy pursuing them from behind. They could have believed it was the end. They could have given in to fear. But in that moment, God made a way where there was no way. The sea that should have drowned them instead became the path to their freedom. This is how God works. What looks like the end is often the very thing that leads to your breakthrough. The enemy that appears to be gaining ground over you will not have the final say. What was meant to destroy you will only elevate you. But you must hold on to faith. You must believe even when there is no evidence to support your belief. Even when the situation seems to be getting worse. Even when the doors remain closed. Even when the waiting feels unbearable, stand firm. Faith is not tested in times of ease. It is tested in the moments when everything seems uncertain. That is when you must decide whether you will trust in what you see or in what you know to be true in your heart. Think of a mother carrying a child in her womb. She does not see the baby growing day by day, but she knows it is happening. She does not doubt that in the right time she will give birth. She trusts the process. She prepares for the arrival of what she has not yet seen. This is the kind of faith you must have. You may not see the evidence of your breakthrough yet, but that does not mean it is not coming. It is already unfolding, already taking shape, already moving toward you in ways beyond your understanding. And when it comes, it will not be a small blessing. It will not be ordinary. It will be beyond what you expected, beyond what you thought possible. God does not do things halfway. When He restores, He multiplies. When He blesses, He overflows. Look at Job. He lost everything, yet in the end he received twice what he had before. Look at Joseph. He went from being a prisoner to ruling a nation. Look at the disciples. They thought the cross was the end, but 3 days later, they witnessed the greatest miracle of all. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. What you are going through now is not a sign of abandonment. It is a sign that something greater is being prepared. The pressure you feel, the weight of the struggle, is simply an indication that you are on the verge of something extraordinary. A diamond is only formed through immense pressure. Gold is only purified through fire. And your spirit is only strengthened through the trials you endure. What if instead of seeing this moment as a burden, you saw it as an opportunity? What if instead of asking why this is happening to you, you ask what this is preparing you for? What if instead of feeling discouraged, you felt expectant, knowing that something incredible is on its way? The way you perceive your situation will determine how you experience it. If you see yourself as defeated, you will walk in defeat. But if you see yourself as victorious, if you declare that this is working in your favor, then nothing will be able to stop what is coming to you. There is no power greater than the power of God working in your life. There is no situation that He cannot turn around. The sickness you are facing, the financial struggle, the heartbreak, the disappointment, none of it is beyond His ability to restore. He is the God who heals, the God who provides, the God who lifts up those who have been cast down. And when He moves, He does so in ways that leave no doubt. You will look back on this moment and see that it was necessary. You will see that had you not walked through this season, you would not have grown into the person who could receive the blessing that is coming. You will see how every tear, every prayer, every moment of perseverance was shaping you, refining you, strengthening you for the life you were always meant to live. Hold on to faith. Speak life into your situation. Stand firm in the knowledge that God is working all things together for your good. The tough situation you are in right now is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of something far greater than you ever imagined. The blessing is already on its way. When you understand the nature of faith, you realize that your external circumstances are simply reflections of what is being shaped within you. The struggle you are facing is not there to break you. It is there to awaken you. It is there to stretch your belief, to elevate your understanding, to bring you to a place where you no longer rely on what you see, but on what you know to be true in your heart. Look at the way a seed is planted in the darkness of the soil. At first, nothing seems to be happening. Day after day, the earth remains still, and to the outside world, it looks as if nothing has changed. But beneath the surface, deep in the unseen, something powerful is taking place. The seed is cracking open, its roots are pushing down, and its potential is beginning to take shape. The same is true for your life. You may feel buried under the weight of your challenges. You may feel hidden, unseen, forgotten. But just as the seed must remain underground for a time before it emerges into the light, your growth is happening in the unseen places. It is happening in the moments of struggle, in the times of waiting, in the silent prayers whispered in faith. God is not only aware of your situation, He is using it. He is turning what was meant for harm into a tool for your transformation. You may not understand it now, but trust that every delay, every closed door, every unexpected detour is moving you towards something far greater than you can imagine. There are moments in life when everything seems to be working against you. You pray, but the situation does not change. You believe, but the mountain remains unmoved. It is in these moments that your faith is tested. Will you give up? Will you surrender to fear? Or will you stand firm, knowing that even when you cannot see the way, God is still making a way? Think of Abraham, who was called to leave everything familiar and walk into the unknown with nothing but a promise. Think of Moses, who stood before the Red Sea with an army behind him and no escape in sight. Think of David, a shepherd boy, standing before a giant with nothing but a slingshot and faith. None of them could see the full picture. None of them had all the answers, but they moved forward in faith. And because of that, the impossible became possible. Your situation may seem impossible, but it is only a setup for a miracle. The greater the challenge, the greater the testimony. When God moves, He does so in a way that no one can deny. He does not simply bring you out of the storm. He allows the storm to shape you, to strengthen you, to prepare you for what is coming next. You are not waiting for God to bless you. You are already blessed. The blessing is not something that comes from outside of you. It is something that is awakened within you. When you change the way you see your situation begins to change. When you start to believe that everything is working for your good, you align yourself with the divine plan that has already been set in motion. Even the pain you have endured has a purpose. The disappointments, the betrayals, the losses, they were not meant to destroy you. They were meant to refine you. They were meant to remove the things that no longer serve you, to bring you to a place where you are no longer attached to the temporary, but anchored in the eternal. Look at the process of refining gold. The gold is placed in the fire, not to destroy it, but to remove the impurities. The fire burns away everything that is not gold, leaving behind something pure, something valuable, something unshakable. This is what God is doing in your life. The fire you are walking through is not there to consume you. It is there to purify you, to prepare you for what is coming next. If you knew what was on the other side of this challenge, you would not waste a moment in fear or doubt. You would rejoice knowing that what looks like a setback is actually a setup. You would walk through this season with confidence, knowing that your greatest blessings often come wrapped in the disguise of struggle. You may feel like you have lost time, like too much been taken from you. But God is a restorer. He's not just going to bring back what was lost. He's going to multiply it. He's going to give you more than you had before. The years you spent in pain, the moments you spent wondering if things would ever change, they are not wasted. They are seeds sown into the soil of your destiny. And in the right season, they will produce a harvest greater than you imagine. God does not do things halfway. When He restores completely. When He blesses abundantly. Think of Job, who lost everything, yet in the end received double what he had before. Think of Joseph, who was betrayed, enslaved, imprisoned, yet was elevated to a position of power that saved nations. You may feel as though you are in the prison of your situation, waiting for the promise to be fulfilled. But the prison is only temporary. The struggle is only temporary. Your story does not end here. This is only a chapter, and the best is yet to come. Hold on to faith. Speak life into your situation. Declare that this is working for your good, even when you do not see it. The words you speak shape your reality. Do not speak defeat over your life. Do not speak fear. Speak victory. Speak faith. Speak as if your blessing has already arrived, because in the spiritual realm it has. The world will tell you to fear, to doubt, to expect the worst. But you are not of the world. You are a child of the Most High, and He has called you to walk by faith, not by sight. When the world says it is impossible, God says all things are possible. When the world says you are defeated, God says you are more than a conqueror. Everything is shifting in your favor. Even now, even in the midst of the struggle, things are aligning. The doors that were once closed will open. The opportunities that seemed lost will be restored. The pain that felt unbearable will become the foundation of your greatest strength. You are standing on the edge of something extraordinary. Do not be discouraged by what you see now, for what is coming is far greater. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that God, who began a good work in you, will bring it to completion. The tough situation you are in now is not the end. It is the beginning of something greater than you ever imagined. Keep your faith strong, for the breakthrough is already on its way. Every great transformation begins in the unseen. Before the rain falls, the clouds must first gather. Before the tree grows, the seed must first break open. Before your life shifts, your faith must first be tested. What you are facing right now is not a sign of failure, but a sign that something greater is being prepared. It may look like you are stuck, but you are not stuck. You are in transition. The discomfort you feel is the stretching of your spirit, the expansion of your faith, the preparation for something beyond what you have imagined. God does not take you through the storm without giving you the strength to endure it. The difficulty you face is not a punishment, it is a process. You are not being buried, you are being planted. You are not being abandoned, you are being prepared. Everything that appears to be working against you is actually working for you. The pain, the waiting, the uncertainty, it is all shaping you into who you were created to be. There are moments in life when you will feel like you're walking through the fire. The intensity will make you question whether you will make it through, but you will. You were created to withstand the fire. It is not there to destroy you. It is there to reveal what is within you. Gold is refined in fire, and so are you. Every trial is burning away doubt, fear, and limitation. Every struggle is stripping away the false identity you once carried. What you are becoming through this process is greater than anything you have lost. Do not focus on what has been taken away. Focus on what is being built within you. The transformation happening in your spirit is worth more than anything the world could give you. You are not losing, you are gaining something far more valuable. You are being positioned for blessings beyond your comprehension. The way forward may not always be clear, but that is where faith comes in. Faith is walking without needing to see the whole path. Faith is trusting that every step you take is leading you to something greater. Faith is knowing that even when things seem impossible, God is already working behind the scenes to make a way. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, when fear whispers that things will never change, but you must hold on to what you know to be true. You must stand firm in the belief that God's plan for you is good, that His promises are true, that He is faithful even when you cannot see the outcome. Nothing is wasted. Every setback, every disappointment, every tear you have shed, it is all part of a divine design. The pain is not random, it is purposeful. It is pushing you toward the version of yourself that you were always meant to become. You may feel weary. You may feel as if you have been waiting for too long, as if nothing is shifting. But remember this, delays are not denials. The waiting season is not wasted time. It is the space where you are being strengthened, where your faith is being deepened, where your heart is being prepared to receive the abundance that is on its way. Think about a mother carrying a child. She does not see the baby growing, but she knows that within her life is forming. She waits with expectation, knowing that at the right time, what has been developing in secret will be revealed. The same is true for your blessings. They are forming. They are growing. Even if you do not yet see them, they are on their way. What is meant for you will not pass you by. The enemy may try to convince you that you have missed your opportunity, that too much time has passed, that your best days are behind you, but that is a lie. Nothing can stop what God has already ordained for your life. What has been delayed will be restored. What has been blocked will be opened. The enemy does not have the final say. God does. You must hold on to your vision even when everything around you suggests otherwise. You must believe in your victory even when you do not yet see it. Speak as if it is already done. Walk as if you have already received it. Align your mind, your heart, and your words with the truth that all things are working together for your good. Faith is not passive. It is active. It requires you to move to believe, to step forward even when the path is unclear. It requires you to trust, to surrender, to let go of doubt, and embrace certainty. You are not waiting for a blessing. You are walking toward it. With every act of faith, with every word of belief, you are pulling your future into your present. The moment you truly believe that your situation is shifting, it begins to shift. The moment you truly embrace the truth that God is working in your favor, doors begin to open. It is not about waiting for a miracle. It is about aligning yourself with the miracle that has already been set in motion. Your words hold power. Your thoughts shape your reality. Speak as if the blessing is already here. Declare that you are favored, that you are victorious, that everything is falling into place. Speak with confidence, with conviction, with the certainty that what you have asked for has already been given. Even when others doubt, even when circumstances suggest otherwise, stand firm in your faith. Do not waver. Do not allow the noise of the world to shake what you know in your spirit to be true. What is coming is greater than what has been. What is ahead of you is far more glorious than what is behind you. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are being positioned for something beyond your imagination. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust that the struggles you have faced are birthing something extraordinary. Trust that the tears you have cried are watering the seeds of your destiny. Your current situation is not your final destination. What looks like a closed door is simply a redirection. What seems like a delay is actually divine timing. The blessings that are on their way will not just restore what was lost. They will exceed it. Hold on to faith. Keep speaking life over your circumstances. Walk with the knowing that God has already made a way. Step forward with confidence because your breakthrough is closer than you think. Everything is shifting in your favor. Everything is aligning for your good. What was once a struggle will soon be a testimony. What was once a burden will soon be a blessing. The best is yet to come. The world may tell you to measure your life by what you can see, by the circumstances in front of you, by the evidence that appears real. But faith does not operate by sight. It operates by knowing. Knowing that even in the darkest hour, the light is already on its way. Knowing that even when you feel like you are at your lowest, something greater is rising within you. What you see is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. The power that moves mountains, the force that speaks life into existence, is already working on your behalf. You were never meant to live by fear. Fear is an illusion, a shadow with no real substance. It exists only in the absence of faith. The moment you choose to trust, fear loses its grip. The moment you stand firm in the truth that all things are working for your good, doubt dissolves like mist before the morning sun. Do not entertain thoughts of lack, of struggle, of defeat. Those thoughts do not belong to you. They are intrusions, distractions, designed to pull you away from the truth that you are already victorious. There is nothing missing in your life, nothing broken, nothing incomplete. What seems like lack is only an illusion created by the mind. In reality, you have already been given everything you need. The path to your blessing is not outside of you, it is within you. The moment you shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, your entire reality changes. Instead of seeing obstacles, you will see opportunities. Instead of feeling defeated, you will feel empowered. Instead of wondering when your breakthrough will come, you will realize it has already begun. Every great blessing is first conceived in the mind. What you dwell upon, you bring into being. If you dwell on struggle, you will see more struggle. If you dwell on abundance, you will attract abundance. The world does not respond to your complaints. It responds to your faith. When you stand in the certainty that what you desire is already yours, the universe has no choice but to align itself to your belief. Do not allow worry to take root. Do not allow frustration to shape your words. Speak life. Speak victory. Speak as if every promise has already been fulfilled. It does not matter how long you have waited. Time is not a limitation for God. What seems delayed is not denied. What seems impossible is already unfolding. The unseen forces working in your favor are greater than anything you can comprehend. Right now, doors are opening that you do not yet see. Right now, solutions are forming that you have not yet discovered. Right now, the seeds you have planted in faith are breaking through the soil, preparing to bear fruit in ways beyond your imagination. There is a rhythm to life, a divine order that cannot be rushed. Just as the ocean waves move in perfect harmony, just as the stars align in celestial precision, your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust in this timing. Trust that every closed door was a protection. Trust that every detour was a lesson. Trust that even the pain had a purpose. You are not behind schedule. You are exactly where you need to be. Your thoughts are the architects of your future. If you want to see change, begin within. Shift your perspective, and your reality will shift with it. Speak as if you are already blessed, and you will become blessed. Walk as if you are already victorious, and victory will meet you on the path. Every great change begins with a decision to believe, to trust, to act as if it is already done. Even in the silence, even when it seems like nothing is happening, know that everything is happening. The process is unseen, but it is unstoppable. A seed does not sprout the moment it is planted. It takes root in darkness before it ever breaks the surface. So do not be discouraged when you cannot see the evidence yet. Keep watering your faith. Keep nurturing your belief. What is hidden now will soon be revealed. There is no power that can stop what has been ordained for you. No opposition, no setback. No challenge is greater than the force that is guiding your life. Even when it seems like all odds are against you, remember this. You were never meant to rely on external circumstances. Your power does not come from the world. It comes from within. When you align yourself with divine truth, when you stand firm in your faith, the entire universe must bend in your favor. There will be moments when the world tests you, moments when it seems easier to give up than to keep believing. But those moments are the very ones that define your breakthrough. When the pressure is the greatest, it is because you are on the verge of something new. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified in fire, and your spirit is being strengthened through every challenge you face. You were never meant to struggle. You were never meant to live in fear, in doubt, in lack. You were meant to rise. You were meant to walk in confidence, to embrace the fullness of life, to receive every blessing that has been set aside for you. Let go of the idea that you have to earn your worth, that you have to strive for your breakthrough. The truth is, it has already been given to you. Your only task is to receive it, to claim it, to walk as if it is already done. What you feel now is temporary. The struggle, the uncertainty, the waiting, it will pass. But what is being built within you will last forever. You are being prepared for something greater. You are being shaped into the person who can hold the blessings that are on their way. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of something beyond your wildest dreams. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are not overlooked. Every prayer has been heard. Every tear has been counted. Every hope you have carried in your heart is already being fulfilled. The answers are coming. The doors are opening. The shift is happening. And soon, what once seemed impossible will become your reality. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep knowing that the best is yet to come. So stand firm in your faith. Hold on to the truth that your current situation is not your final destination. Every challenge, every delay, every moment of uncertainty is shaping you for something far greater than you can imagine. What once felt like a burden will soon reveal itself as a blessing. What seemed like a setback will be the very thing that propels you forward. Walk with confidence, knowing that what is meant for you will never pass you by. Speak as if it is already done. Live as if you have already received. And trust that every step you take is leading you toward the fulfillment of your destiny. The breakthrough is not coming. It is already here. The blessings are not distant. They are unfolding in this very moment. Open your heart. Embrace the journey and know that the best is yet to come. Let's delve deeper into this revelation. You see, each one of you carries within you a divine spark, a light so brilliant that it cannot be contained. It is the essence of your being, the core of your existence. This light is not something external to you, nor is it something you need to acquire or earn. It is you in your purest, most authentic form. For too long, many of you have allowed this light to be dimmed by the shadows of doubt, fear, and limitation. You have listened to the whispers of the world that tell you to shrink, to conform, to settle for less than what you truly are. But I say to you now, those days are over. The time has come for you to fully embrace the radiance within you. Imagine, if you will, a dark room. It matters not how vast this darkness may seem. For the moment you light a single candle, the darkness begins to recede. Your inner light is far more powerful than any candle. It is a beacon, a sun unto itself. As you allow this light to shine forth, you will find that the darkness of your doubts and fears cannot withstand its brilliance. Now, let us consider the phrase, "they are alerted." Who are these mysterious they that I speak of? They are not external entities or judgmental forces waiting to scrutinize your every move. No, they are the infinite possibilities that exist within the universe. They are the dormant potentials within you that have been waiting for this very moment to spring into action. When your light shines at its fullest, it sends a signal across the vastness of existence. It alerts the very fabric of reality that you are ready for what you might ask, ready to step into the fullness of your being, ready to claim the life that has been waiting for you, ready to become the person you have always known deep down that you could be. This alertness, this awakening, it ripples out from you in all directions. It touches the lives of those around you, inspiring them to recognize their own light. It reaches into the future, shaping the events and circumstances that are yet to come. It even stretches into the past, reframing your memories and experiences in the light of this new understanding. My friends, this alertness is not something to fear or shy away from. It is a celebration, a cosmic acknowledgement of your readiness to step into your power. Embrace it fully, for it heralds the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Now let us explore the profound significance of the words "this was meant to find you no low." There is a divine timing to all things in the universe. Just as a seed requires the right conditions to sprout and grow, so too does your awakening require the perfect moment to unfold. This moment, right here and now, is that perfect time. It is no coincidence that you are hearing these words, that you are feeling stirring within your soul. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has orchestrated this precise moment for you to receive this message. Think back on your life, on the path that has led you to this very instant. Every experience, every challenge, every triumph, and every setback, they have all been preparation for this moment. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been in vain. All of it has been leading you here, to this awakening, to this recognition of your inner light. You might ask, why now? Why not earlier or later? The answer, my dear friends, is simple yet profound. You are ready now in a way that you have never been before. Your experiences have shaped you, your challenges have strengthened you, and your triumphs have given you the confidence to take this next step. The now is all we ever truly have. The past is but a memory, the future a dream. But this moment, this precious now, is where your power lies. It is in this now that you can choose to let your light shine at its brightest. It is in this now that you can alert the universe to your readiness. It is in this now that you can step into the fullness of your being. Let us delve deeper into the nature of this light within you. It is not merely a metaphor or poetic notion. This light is the very essence of your consciousness, the core of your awareness. It is the part of you that observes, that experiences, that knows. This light of consciousness is eternal and unchanging. It has been with you since the moment of your birth, and it will remain with you until your last breath and beyond. It is the constant amidst the ever-changing landscape of your life. Circumstances may shift, emotions may come and go, thoughts may arise and pass away, but this light of awareness remains steadfast. When I say that your light is shining, I am speaking of a fundamental shift in your relationship with this inner radiance. It is a shift from identifying solely with the content of your experience, your thoughts, emotions, and sensations, to recognizing yourself as the awareness in which all these experiences arise. As your light shines brighter, you begin to see the world through new eyes. The problems and challenges that once seemed insurmountable begin to appear as opportunities for growth and transformation. The limitations that you once accepted as unchangeable truths reveal themselves as mere illusions, ready to dissolve in the brilliance of your awakened consciousness. This shining light within you has the power to transform not only your inner world, but also the world around you. As you move through life with this heightened awareness, you become a beacon for others. Your presence alone can inspire change, can awaken others to their own inner light. Now let us turn our attention to the concept of being alerted. This alertness is not a state of anxious vigilance or constant stress. Rather, it is a state of heightened awareness of being fully present and alive to the richness of each moment. When you are truly alert, you are able to perceive the world with clarity and freshness. You see beyond the surface appearances of things to the deeper truths that lie beneath. This alertness allows you to respond to life with wisdom and grace, rather than merely reacting based on old patterns and conditioning. Being alerted also means being open to the messages and signs that the universe is constantly sending your way. These messages can come in many forms. A chance encounter, a book that falls open to just the right page, a sudden insight or intuition. When you are alert, you are able to recognize and act upon these divine nudges, allowing yourself to be guided towards your highest good. Moreover, this state of alertness extends beyond your individual self. As your light shines brighter, it sends ripples through the collective consciousness of humanity. You become part of a growing wave of awakening that is sweeping across the planet. Your individual transformation contributes to the transformation of the whole. This brings us to the profound truth that this was meant to define you now, though. There is a divine orchestration at play in the universe, a cosmic dance in which each of us has a unique and irreplaceable role. Your awakening, your shining light, your state of alertness, all of these are not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of all. You see, my dear friends, you are not separate from the universe. You are not isolated individuals struggling against a hostile world. You are integral parts of the cosmic whole, expressions of the infinite consciousness that permits all of existence. When I say that this message was meant to find you now, I am pointing to the perfect timing of the universe. You are hearing these words, feeling this awakening at precisely the right moment, not just for you, but for the entire tapestry of existence. Imagine, if you will, a vast and intricate tapestry. Each thread in this tapestry represents a life, a consciousness, a journey. Your thread, with its unique colors and textures, is woven into this grand design in a way that is absolutely perfect. The moment of your awakening, the shining of your light, creates a brilliant gleam in this tapestry that affects the entire pattern. This precious moment of realization is a confluence of countless factors and influences. It is the result of every choice you have ever made, every experience you have ever had, combined with the choices and experiences of every other being in existence. It is a moment that has been in preparation since the beginning of time. Let us explore further the implications of your light shining and the universe being alerted to your awakening. This alertness is not a one-time event, but the beginning of a new way of being in the world. From this moment forward, you have the opportunity to live in a state of constant communion with the divine intelligence that permits all of existence. As your light shines brighter, You will find that the world responds to you in new and wonderful ways. Opportunities that you never could have imagined will present themselves. Relationships will deepen and become more meaningful. Your work, whatever it may be, will take on a new sense of purpose and fulfillment. This is because when your light shines at its brightest, you are in alignment with the fundamental creative force of the universe. You become a clear channel through which divine inspiration can flow. Ideas, insights, and inspirations will come to you with increasing frequency and clarity. But remember, my dear friends, with this awakening comes a great responsibility. As your light shines brighter, as the universe is alerted to your presence, you have a duty to use this heightened awareness for the highest good of all. You are being called to be a force for positive change in the world, to use your unique gifts and talents in service of something greater than yourself. This doesn't mean you need to dramatically change your external circumstances or take on some grand world-changing mission, unless, of course, you feel called to do so. Rather, it means bringing the light of your awakened consciousness to everything you do, no matter how seemingly small or insignificant. It means treating each person you encounter with kindness and respect, recognizing the divine light within them. It means approaching your work, whatever it may be, with dedication and integrity. It means making choices that are aligned with your highest values and the greatest good for all. As you embrace this responsibility, you will find that your life takes on a new depth of meaning and purpose. You will no longer be driven by the petty concerns of the ego, the need for validation, the fear of lack, the desire for control. Instead, you will be moved by a deeper wisdom, a profound love for life in all its forms, a desire to contribute to the evolution of consciousness on our planet. Now let us delve deeper into the significance of this message, finding you now low. The now is not just a point in time, but a gateway to the eternal. When you are fully present in the now, you step out of the stream of time and into the vast ocean of pure being. In this now, all possibilities exist simultaneously. The past, with all its joys and sorrows, its triumphs and mistakes, is no longer a burden to be carried, but a treasure trove of wisdom to be appreciated. The future, with all its hopes and fears, is no longer a source of anxiety, but a canvas upon which you can paint your grandest visions. This now is the point of power, the fulcrum upon which your entire life can turn. It is in this now that you can make the choice to let your light shine at its brightest. It is in this now that you can open yourself fully to the alertness of the universe. It is in this now that you can step into the life you were always meant to live. My dear friends, I urge you to embrace this now with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. Let go of any regrets about the past or worries about the future. They have no power in this eternal now. Instead, focus all your attention, all your energy, on being fully present in this moment. Feel the aliveness in your body. Notice the rhythm of your breath. Observe the thoughts and emotions that pass through your awareness. And behind it all, recognize the unchanging presence of your true self, the light of pure consciousness that is your eternal essence. As you sink deeper into this now, you may begin to experience a profound shift in your perception. The boundaries between you and the world around you may start to blur. You may feel a deep sense of connection with all of life, a recognition that you are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of it. This is the ultimate revelation, the deepest truth that this message was meant to awaken in you. You are not just a small, limited self struggling to survive in a vast and indifferent universe. You are the universe itself experiencing itself through the unique perspective of your individual consciousness. Your light is shining because it is the light of the cosmos itself, focused through the lens of your particular life circumstances. They are alerted because the entire universe is becoming aware of itself through you. This message was meant to find you now, because now is the eternal moment in which all of creation is constantly unfolding. As you integrate this profound truth, your life will begin to transform in ways you can scarcely imagine. The fears and limitations that once held you back will dissolve in the light of this new understanding. The love and compassion that are your true nature will flow freely, touching and transforming everything in your life. You will begin to see that every circumstance, every encounter, every challenge is an opportunity for growth and awakening. Nothing will be wasted, nothing will be meaningless. Every moment will be filled with the potential for divine revelation. My dear friends, as we near the end of this discourse, I want to emphasize once again the profound significance of this moment. Your light is shining with a brilliance that cannot be ignored. The universe itself is alerted to your awakening. And this message, this realization was meant to find you precisely now. Do not let this moment pass you by. Do not return to the old patterns of thought and behavior that have kept your life detained. Instead, make a commitment right now to live from this new understanding. Let your light shine in every aspect of your life. Be alert to the messages and opportunities that the universe is constantly sending your way. And remember that every now is a new beginning, a fresh opportunity to step into the fullness of your being. You are far more powerful than you have ever imagined. You are far more beautiful than you have ever believed. You are far more important to the unfolding of the cosmos than you have ever realized. Your light, your consciousness, your very being is an essential thread in the grand tapestry of existence. So shine, my dear friends. Shine with all the brilliance that is your true nature. Let your light illuminate the darkest corners of your own being and spread out to touch the lives of all those around you. Be alert to the magic and wonder that surrounds you at every moment. And know deep in your heart that you are exactly where you are meant to be, awakening to your true nature at precisely the right moment. This is your time. This is your moment. This now is the gateway to all that you have ever dreamed of being. Step through it with courage and conviction. Embrace the light that you are, and watch it all as the universe responds to your awakening, as new possibilities unfold before you, as your life becomes a living testament to the power of consciousness. Remember, this message was meant to find you now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now. In this eternal present moment, you have all the power you need to transform your life and contribute to the transformation of our world. Use this power wisely. Use it lovingly. Use it for the highest good of all. Your light is shining, my dear friends. The universe is alerted, and this was all meant to happen right now. Embrace it fully and step into the magnificent future that awaits you. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And that step is taken right here, right now. As you allow your light to shine at its brightest, go forth with confidence, with joy, with an open heart and a clear mind. Let your light guide you on the path of your highest destiny. And know that as you do so, you are playing your unique and irreplaceable role in the grand symphony of cosmic evolution. Your light is shining. They are alerted. This was meant to find you now. Embrace this truth, embody it, live it fully, and watch in wonder as your life becomes a living miracle, a testament to the infinite potential that resides within each and every one of us. Thank you for hearing these words, for opening your heart to this message. May your light continue to shine ever brighter, illumining a path for yourself and for all those whose lives you touch. Go now and be the light that you truly are. Consider for a moment the very act of seeing these words, of being present in this moment. You may think it a mere coincidence, a random occurrence, but I say unto you, your presence here, your awareness of this message, is a testament to the wealth that is already yours in consciousness. Put in the realm of infinite possibility, where all realities exist simultaneously, you have chosen to align yourself with this particular moment, this specific message of imminent wealth. But what does it truly mean to say that you are going to be rich simply because you are seeing this? It is not a matter of external circumstances or future events aligning in your favor. It is a state of consciousness, a shift in your very being that aligns you with the creative power of the universe. It is about recognizing that wealth, in its truest essence, is not something to be acquired but a stake to be assumed. Let us delve deeper into this profound truth. Your outer world, every experience you have, every circumstance you encounter, is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world, your consciousness. It is a mirror faithfully reflecting back to you the sum total of your beliefs, assumptions, and most importantly, your concept of self. When you understand this, truly understand it, you realize that by carefully choosing and vividly imagining yourself as already rich, you are actively creating a new reality that will unfold in your experience. This understanding is crucial, for it shifts the entire paradigm of how you approach wealth. No longer are you a helpless being at the mercy of external circumstances, hoping for favorable conditions to bring you riches. You become the active creator of your reality, knowing that as you assume the state of being rich, the universe must rearrange itself to match this new inner assumption. But how, you may ask, can one truly assume the state of being rich when their current circumstances may suggest otherwise? The answer lies in the creative power of your wonderful human imagination combined with the intensity of your feeling and belief. For your imagination is not a mere fantasy maker, and your feelings are not mere reactions to external stimuli. Together, they form the very workshop in which reality is forged. Let us take a moment to truly understand this. Your subconscious mind, which is one with the universal creative force, does not distinguish between what you vividly imagine and feel as true and what you actually experience in the outer world. It accepts as true whatever you feel to be true in your imaginal acts. And once it accepts an idea as true, it proceeds to bring it into manifestation in your physical reality, regardless of how long it takes in clock time. So, when you see this message and accept it as true, when you fall asleep in the absolute conviction that you are already rich, you are not engaging in wishful thinking or self-deception. You are actively creating your new reality from within. You are aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe, allowing it to work through you and for you. This, my dear listeners, is the essence of why seeing this message means you are going to be rich. It is about recognizing that the power to shape your reality lies within you, waiting to be expressed through your conscious imaginal acts. It is about understanding that your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner conversations and assumptions, which can be radically altered by assuming the state of wealth. Consider the biblical phrase, "To him that hath, more shall be given." This is not a mere statement about material possessions. It is a profound truth about the nature of consciousness. When you assume the state of wealth, when you feel its reality with every fiber of your being, you are him that hath in consciousness. And to this state, more must be given, for it is the law of your own being. But let me be clear, assuming the state of wealth is not about false visualizations or strained affirmations. It is about a total immersion in the feeling of being rich. When you truly embody this practice, you naturally assume the thoughts, feelings, and inner conversations of a wealthy person. You go to sleep not as the person bound by financial limitations, but as the person who lives in a state of infinite abundance. Let us explore this further with an example. Imagine a person who sees this message and decides to take it to heart. Their outer reality may show limited funds and mounting bills, but instead of focusing on these appearances, they choose to act from the assumption that they are already rich. As they lie in bed, they immerse themselves in the feeling of financial freedom. They feel the security, the ease, the joy of having more than enough. They allow this feeling to permeate every cell of their being, They fall asleep in this state, carrying it into their dreams. When they awaken, something has shifted. They may not see immediate external changes in their financial situation, but internally they are no longer the same person. They have experienced the reality of wealth, and this new self-concept begins to reshape their outer world. In the days and weeks that follow, they find themselves naturally acting with more confidence in financial matters. They approach money decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. They notice opportunities they would have previously overlooked. And as they continue to live from this state of wealth, their outer world begins to reflect this new inner reality. New financial opportunities arise. Unexpected sources of income appear. Their entire financial situation begins to transform, all stemming from the simple act of seeing this message and assuming the state of wealth. This principle applies to every aspect of your life. Whether you desire wealth in terms of money, relationships, health, or any other area, the key is to first assume the state of wealth in your imagination. Feel the reality of being rich in all areas of your life. Fall asleep in that state, knowing that as you do so, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind that must grow into your outer reality. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but Nabel, can simply seeing this message and assuming I'm rich really make such a difference? Surely we must take action in the physical world to create wealth. And to this I say, action is indeed part of the process, but it is secondary to the state of consciousness you assume. When you live from the state of being rich, you align yourself with the frequency of wealth. From this aligned state, you will be naturally inspired to take the right actions that support your new reality of abundance. Remember, the outer world is dead. It has no life of its own. It is your consciousness that gives life to your experiences. When you focus on your current financial limitations, constantly reacting to circumstances of lack, you are breathing life into a reality of scarcity. But when you see this message and assume the state of wealth, when you live from this state in your imagination, you set in motion a series of events that must culminate in the outer expression of this new inner reality. This, my dear friends, is the true secret to creating lasting wealth in your life. It is about aligning your inner conversations and imaginal acts with the state of wealth, recognizing that this wealthy reality is seeking expression through you and allowing it to flow into your experience through the power of your imagination and unwavering belief. But let me warn you, this shift in consciousness, this practice of living from the state of wealth, is not always an easy task. The old habits of scarcity thinking, of focusing on lack and limitation, are deeply ingrained in our collective consciousness. As you embark on this new way of being, you may find resistance arising within you. Doubts may creep in. Old thought patterns may try to reassert themselves. When this happens, do not fight against these thoughts and feelings. Simply observe them, acknowledge them, and then gently return to your state of wealth. For the war is not won by battling against what you don't want, but by persistently embodying what you do want. This persistence, this unwavering commitment to maintaining the state of wealth in your imagination, even in the face of contrary evidence, is what allows you to truly transform your reality. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you're trying to listen to a particular station, you don't focus on eliminating all the other stations. You simply tune into the frequency you desire. In the same way, you don't need to fight against your current financial reality or forcefully push away thoughts of lack. You simply need to tune yourself to the frequency of wealth to align your entire consciousness with the reality where you are already rich. This tuning is done through your imagination and your ability to generate feeling states. Your imagination is the dial that allows you to tune into different frequencies of experience. As you use your imagination to fully embody the state of wealth, as you feel the reality of being rich, You are tuning yourself to that frequency, allowing the corresponding experiences to flow into your life. But remember, my friends, this is not a one-time event. Living from the state of wealth is a way of life. It's a constant choice to maintain this state of consciousness, regardless of appearances, just as you wouldn't expect to stay in shape by exercising once. You cannot expect to create lasting wealth by assuming the state once. This is about persistently assuming the state of wealth, about living from this consciousness day in and day out, until it becomes your new normal. As you do this, you will find that your perception of wealth begins to shift. What once seemed like financial obstacles now appear as opportunities. Challenges become stepping stones to greater prosperity. You begin to see yourself as the wealthy being you truly are, knowing that your consciousness is constantly shaping your reality. Now, some of you may be wondering, but Wayne, how can I maintain this state of wealth when my current financial reality seems to contradict it? How can I persist in feeling rich when circumstances seem to suggest otherwise? And to this I say, your imagination infused with feeling is more powerful than any circumstance. Consider for a moment, have you ever been deeply moved by a story of wealth and success, whether in a book or a movie? In those moments, were you not feeling real emotions based on imaginary events? Your feelings were real, even though the events were not happening in your physical reality. This is the power you must harness when you live from the state of wealth. You must use your imagination to create scenarios that evoke the feelings associated with wealth. Imagine how you would feel if you were truly rich in all areas of your life. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the sense of security and freedom that would come with this reality. Feel these states as vividly and as consistently as you can. The key is to make your imaginal acts as real to you as possible. Engage all your senses. Feel the textures associated with wealth. Hear the sounds of abundance surrounding you. See the world through the eyes of someone who lives in a state of infinite plenty. Make it so real that your rational mind cannot distinguish between this imaginal act and physical reality. But here's a crucial point, my friends. The goal is not to imagine specific amounts of money or material possessions. The goal is to capture the essence of the feeling state associated with wealth. For it is this feeling state that is the true attractor of your experiences. Let me illustrate this with an example. Instead of imagining a specific sum of money in your bank account, capture the feeling essence of financial abundance. Feel the security, the freedom, the joy that comes with this state. See yourself moving through life with the ease and confidence of someone who knows that their supply is infinite and eternal. By focusing on the feeling essence rather than specific outcomes, you allow the universe to bring wealth to you in ways that might far exceed your specific imaginings. You open yourself to possibilities beyond what your current mindset can conceive. This is the true art of living from the state of wealth. It's not about pretending to have material possessions you don't yet have. It's about aligning yourself with the truth of your divine nature, your oneness with the creative power of the universe. It's about living each day from the state of infinite abundance, regardless of outer appearances. As you practice this, you may find that your outer world begins to shift in subtle ways. Perhaps you start to notice more abundance in your life, or you find yourself naturally attracting generous people and favorable financial circumstances, or opportunities for increase seem to appear out of nowhere. These are all signs that your inner shift is creating ripples in your outer reality. Don't discount these small changes. Celebrate them. See them as confirmation that the law is working, that your assumed state of wealth is taking root. But don't become attached to them or anxiously look for them. Simply acknowledge them with gratitude and continue to live from your state of wealth. As you persist in this practice, larger changes will begin to manifest. You may find yourself attracting more financial opportunities, You may notice that your income begins to increase. You may experience unexpected windfalls or brilliant ideas for creating wealth. And as you continue to live from the state of wealth, you'll discover that life becomes an exciting adventure of ever-expanding prosperity. But remember, the outer manifestation is not the goal. The goal is the state of consciousness from which all desired experiences naturally flow. This is a crucial point, my friends. When you're truly living from the state of wealth, when you're fully embodying this consciousness, you no longer need circumstances to confirm your state. You're already whole, already complete in your knowing that wealth is your natural state. And paradoxically, it's in this state of inner fulfillment that you're most likely to experience a life of true abundance. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Wayne, what about action? Don't we need to do things in the physical world to create wealth? And to this I say, yes, action is part of the process. But it's inspired action, not anxious doing. When you're consistently living from the state of wealth, ideas and opportunities will naturally present themselves to you. You'll feel inspired to take certain actions, to move in certain directions. These actions won't feel like struggle or effort. They'll feel natural, joyful, almost effortless. This is the difference between trying to make wealth happen and allowing it to happen. When you're trying to force wealth, actions feel stressful, born out of fear and lack. When you're living from the consciousness of wealth, actions flow naturally from your aligned state, guided by an inner wisdom that knows exactly how to bring about the manifestation of your wealthy reality. Consider the example of a fruit tree. A fruit tree doesn't strain to produce fruit. It doesn't force itself to grow. It simply unfolds naturally, expressing its innate abundance. You, my dear listeners, are no different. When you align yourself with the consciousness of wealth, you allow your life to unfold naturally and beautifully, expressing the infinite plenty that is your birthright. But let me be clear, this state of allowing is not passive. It requires an active use of your imagination, a deliberate and focused embodiment of the state of wealth. It requires faith. Not blind faith in external circumstances, but faith in the creative power of your consciousness and your ability to create wealth through your assumed state. This faith is not about believing that wealth will come someday in the future. It's about knowing that you are wealthy now in this very moment, and that your outer world must inevitably conform to this new inner reality. As we cultivate this faith, as you persist in living from the state of wealth, you'll begin to see evidence of wealth manifesting in your outer world. These signs may start small: an unexpected financial gain, a fortunate business opportunity, a sudden idea for creating wealth. Do not discount these signs, no matter how small they may seem, for they are confirmation that your inner world, shaped by your assumed state of wealth, is indeed shaping your outer reality. They are breadcrumbs leading you to the full realization of the wealthy life you are creating. As we near the conclusion of our discussion, I want to address a common concern that arises when people first encounter this teaching. Many worry that living from the state of wealth might somehow make them selfish or disconnected from the needs of others. But I assure you, my friends, the opposite is true. When you truly understand the principle of wealth, you realize that you are not separate from others. As you elevate your own consciousness by assuming a state of wealth, you are elevating the consciousness of all. Your personal wealth, far from disconnecting you from others, actually expands the field of possibilities for all. Moreover, when you are coming from a place of true wealth, you naturally have more to give to others. You become a channel through which abundance flows, not just to you, but through you to the world. Your wealth creates a ripple effect, touching the lives of everyone you encounter with your newfound energy, generosity, and sense of infinite possibility. This is the true gift of living from the state of wealth. It's not just about improving your individual financial circumstances, although that will happen. It's about aligning yourself with the fundamental nature of the universe, which is boundless plenty. It's about recognizing your own divine nature and allowing it to express itself fully through you. In this state of alignment, of consistently living from the state of wealth, you become a channel for the most beautiful expressions of life. Ideas flow to you effortlessly. Opportunities present themselves naturally. The right people and circumstances appear in your life at the perfect time. This is the magic of living from the consciousness of wealth. But remember, this magic is not something external to you. It's not some cosmic force that you need to appease or manipulate. It is the natural expression of your own consciousness when it's aligned with the truth of your being. You are the wealth. You are the abundance. You are the one who makes the impossible possible through your assumed state of infinite plenty. As we draw our time together to a close, I want to leave you with a final thought. The principle we've explored tonight, if you are seeing this, you are going to be rich, is not just a technique for creating better financial circumstances. It's about recognizing your true nature as a divine creative being. It's about aligning your entire being with the fundamental truth of who you are and allowing your grandest expression to flow through you. When you live from this understanding, everything changes. The world becomes a friendly place filled with infinite possibilities for wealth and abundance. You no longer see yourself as a small, separate being struggling to acquire riches. Instead, you recognize yourself as the source of all wealth, the creator of your own abundant reality. In this state, there's no need to feel reality. In this state, there's no need to feel lack or scarcity, for you understand that you are the source of all creation in your experience. Your job is simply to maintain the consciousness of wealth, to live from this awareness, and to allow the universe to erase the details of its manifestation. So, my dear friends, as you leave here tonight, I urge you to embrace this principle with all your heart. Don't see it as a technique to be applied occasionally, but as a way of life to be lived continuously. Use your mighty imagination to assume the state of being rich. Feel the naturalness of being the wealthy, divine being you truly are. Live from this state, persist in this knowing, and watch as your world rearranges itself to match your inner vision of abundance. Remember, you are not a limited being struggling to acquire wealth. You are the infinite consciousness choosing to experience abundance from this particular vantage point. Your assumed state is the tool through which you shape your experience. Use it wisely with the awareness of your true nature and the responsibility that comes with it. Go forth and create the abundantly wealthy life that is your birthright, knowing that with each moment you live for the state of wealth, you are aligning more fully with the truth of your divine, limitless nature. Thank you, and may you live in the constant awareness of the infinite wealth that you are.